I hear so many people so often say things like, I wish I could sing. I wish I could make music. It's a skill. You can learn how to do anything you want.
It's a muscle. You got to work out and you got to find your voice. And some people innately already have that, right?
Dude, yeah. Stevie Ray Vaughan would steal his older brother's guitar and practice in his closet.
You're listening to Studio 22.
Welcome to Studio 22. I'm Will Meldman, here as always with the lovely Brock O'Hearn.
It's a good day to be lovely, I guess.
Good day to be lovely. Speaking of lovely, we are joined today by Sophie Saint, musician, artist, influencer, multi-talented, multifaceted.
Super kind human. I'm finding out.
Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thanks for coming on. We got to talk very briefly. It's been about 3 minutes since I just met you officially. You're not from LA, are you?
No, I'm from North Carolina.
North Carolina?
I'll try to ease into it when it comes to my southern expressions and banter from the South.
Please don't.
So my brother played lacrosse at North Carolina at Chapel Hill, and then my mother is from Dallas. So I'm like, I love the South and all that.
So we're family.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're going to get along. That's great.
I've got a lot of friends from different areas of the South, like Missouri and Texas, like all over the place. But everyone's always trying to like pull away from that, and I'm like, lean into that. It's so like the accent's amazing. Especially some of my friends will get drunk, and then it comes out. It comes out.
Oh
yeah.
gosh, you don't want to see me after a drink or two. It's
really?
I'm 3 sheets to the wind.
That's awesome.
What's your favorite drink?
My favorite drink, I'm a Pinot Noir girl.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. What about you guys? What's your go-to?
Casamigos tequila.
Oh, no, why?
I have to say Casamigos.
It tastes good. It tastes good.
I don't have to, but I will also say Casamigos. I love Casamigos. I didn't drink tequila. I swore it off for life until I met Will.
Really?
And then I drank it that night, and I felt amazing the next day.
Welcome to the dark side.
Yeah.
I feel so bad because like Brock's such a good influence on me, and I'm a bad influence on him apparently.
No.
So
tequila's healthy and it's upper, so it makes the night better. I think I don't really drink often, so when I do, it's like I like to feel healthy and clean, and I feel great after that. So can't complain.
It's like the most interesting man commercial. I don't drink often, but when I do,
I drink Casamigos. It's the truth, though. That is the truth. Okay, so not from around here. You live in LA now?
I do. Yeah,
Okay.
I live in West Hollywood.
Nice. What brought you to LA?
What brought me to LA besides the sunshine and adorable people like you? I came here for music mainly.
Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of music?
What kind of music?
Yeah.
I get this question a lot. I listen to everything. I try to stay as neuroplastic as possible, listening to music that comes out today and music that came out. Like, I love Nancy Sinatra, for example.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah, she's really, really great. So everything. What kind of music do you guys like? I'm curious.
Well, I'd just go with keep it in the Sinatra family. Go right to Frank.
Really? Frank too? Oh, great.
The only karaoke I do is Frank Sinatra.
Like, you do karaoke to Frank Sinatra?
If I do karaoke.
Is there like footage of this?
Thankfully, no. But it's
like, I've never seen this.
Fly Me to the Moon. Fly Me to the Moon.
Oh, that's a great one. That's a great karaoke. Real crowd pleaser.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Not with me singing it, but the song itself.
Well, the key is you get everyone else singing with you. No one's listening to you anyway. Get a song everyone knows the words to. It's a joined experience.
Yeah, and alcohol helps.
Yes.
With the judgment on me.
Yeah.
But all good, yeah.
Set you free.
Like, I'll go up there, but everyone do 4 shots minimum.
Totally. That's why comedy clubs have 2-drink minimums.
And I grew up with a lot of like rock and kind of metal music.
Did you?
And then country. My mom, she grew up on a farm, and she always listened to country. And when I was young, like really young, 5, 10 years old, I never wanted to listen to it because like my mom liked it. I didn't think it was cool for some reason. And I just remember turning I think I turned 15, and I realized how much depth and storytelling and just like emotion there was in country music, and I fell in love with country. But I'm on the same thing with listening to a massive range of music, and there's definitely genres I lean more towards, but I love listening to everything. It depends on the mood, and as a storyteller with film and TV too, music changes everything. Yeah, it can change your mood and everything in an instant. So just finding stuff that kind of relate to, I really, really enjoy.
Speaking of country, we went to a couple of friends to the Morgan Wallen concert at Sophie this weekend.
I was there as well.
Were you really?
I sure was.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Yeah.
I mean, how amazing was that show?
Oh, he was amazing. It was amazing. I mean, I was, in the beginning of the show too, you could kind of just see the look on his face to sell out at SoFi Stadium. That's huge. I was there dreaming. It's like, oh, what a feeling that must be, you know?
When everyone brings out the phones.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
Yeah.
That was exactly what made me think of it. Like, oh my God, it's so sparkly and pretty.
Totally. And
They're
yeah.
here for, gosh, me, you know?
Massive amount of people for sure. And like, you know, we've had on Cole Swindell, Shay Mooney, like a few country guys, and they're just like you're saying, so authentic and real. And like they love their craft and what they do. Chase Rice is another. It's great like hearing from them and getting some more insight into that genre. Because I feel like it's not explored as much as it could be, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. I think the love for country music really hits you like a truck. It's like an overnight thing where all of a sudden you're like, wow, I love Jimmy Buffett.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's true. So you're a musician. Do you play instruments? Are you a singer? I already know the answer to this, well, part of it, but
I do. Yeah. I actually, the first instrument I really learned how to play was the ukulele.
Wow.
Which it's so funny. My mom to this day jokes. She's like, "Oh, Sophie, you're bringing your banjo." And I'm like, "It's a ukulele, Mom. Big difference, huge." But yeah, that one's a great one. You can take it everywhere with you and write anywhere. I actually keep one in my car.
Really?
Because of how bad traffic is. I kid you not. And it's bizarre. People drive by and they've got questions for me for sure when they just see me out there. Other than that, I play piano, and I'm learning how to, it's not, I guess, technically an instrument, but I'm learning how to engineer. Whew, I respect engineers, let me tell you. But yeah, those are like the main two. I'm learning how to play electric guitar, but it's also takes time.
For anybody who doesn't know, what is engineering?
What is engineering? So basically, when you hear a song, there's like the vocals, and then there's the music behind it. And older music, you could really hear the drums, the guitars, you could hear the instruments. But now, for example, a Dua Lipa song, which the production on her music is exceptionally, exceptionally memorable. You don't know what the hell you're listening to. You're like, was that a bubble popping, or was that a whoosh? I don't know what is creating these sounds. To make music on a song, it takes an insane amount of programming skills and to operate various equipment instead of just instruments. And so yeah, that's kind of engineering. It could be, basically that kind of sums it up.
Yeah.
Do you think the music industry in general is kind of making a big move towards like digital and as opposed to like live instruments performing?
Absolutely. And actually, I was just listening to something Rick Rubin was saying recently. It really resonated. He was kind of explaining that if you have 10 people playing the guitar on a track, you hear guitar. But if there is one person playing a guitar, you hear a person playing a guitar. There's more emotion. There's not just sounds. It's more intimate. And, I think that's what we're kind of lacking with music today a little bit, a lack of emotion and vulnerability that you just don't get from things that are super automatic instead of like a raw sound, So.
Do you feel like you're at your best when you're creating, when it's pure self-expression and you're able to find that kind of vulnerable state?
Yeah. I think it's so funny. No matter what I choose to write about, even if I want to tell a really unique story, halfway through the song, I'll reach a moment where I'm like, holy crap, I didn't mean to, but I'm totally writing about my ex right now. Or something that I've been through. And it's a really interesting, it's so trippy to be able to kind of have a conversation with your subconscious and be like, wow, I'm a lot darker than I thought I am. And so yeah, I think being able to write from vulnerability is great. And when it comes to writing lyrics as well, I feel like a great place to start is to write about something you've been through, because not everyone's a great storyteller, but everyone has a story. And if you can find an outlet, a way to tell it, that's a great place to start. And it'll probably resonate with someone else the way it resonates with you.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Love that. One of my favorite musicians is Robert Plant, and I remember hearing or reading somewhere about him leaving Led Zeppelin so that he can go explore more sound, more music, and he travels the world finding these unique instruments and different places that some people rarely ever or never been. And it's just like I was lucky enough to I've gotten to see him play live a few times, and just when he is in it, it felt like I was watching Zeus perform on stage or something. He's just so tapped in to whatever that is, that gives him the ability to authentically like create on the highest level, where he doesn't hold back. You say you go to a dark place, it's like sometimes it takes going to dark places. We all go to dark places at some point, right? But being able to conceptualize that and create it and tell that story in your own way is like, I really admire that. Like, I always wished I could be a musician when I was younger, but so to see people in their unique paths how to do it is just the coolest thing. Yeah.
I think the subconscious, just in general, is like the place where we hold those either extremely positive or extremely negative and everything in between. And then our conscious mind is almost just like a filter, right? Like, we have to like filter ourselves from not saying the wrong thing at the wrong time and like making sure we're in control of it. But that's what I think is so attractive to like all forms of art for me, is that you really are digging deep into the subconscious mind to create. And like the best tracks are, like you're saying with Robert Plant, like when he's really able to connect and like bring that out, it's like some of the most magical parts of it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great point that your consciousness is basically a filter of your subconscious. That's a great way of looking at it.
Do you have any influences in the industry or over time that you look to when it comes to creating music?
Yes. You know what? Typically, when you're recording on a microphone, you're supposed to say about this far away from it. But
we always have on the podcast, like people sitting back here or something like that. We're like, please, a little closer, please.
Closer. But Lana Del Rey and Billie Eilish are two artists that started singing. Their lips are practically touching the microphone, and you can hear every breath. You can hear if they swallow. It's very intimate. You feel like they're talking in your ear, and I love that. I think that's a great technique when it comes to recording that I've tried to adopt. And so those two really, really affected my sound a lot. Figuring just that out, that I can get in there.
Yeah, that connection, right, with the audience or the recording.
Totally. Yeah.
And you mentioned your sound too. How would you describe your sound?
How would I describe my sound? I love using a bunch of harmonies. I used to be in like choir and chorus and all of that jazz. So I love messing with things like that. And so when a sound is wet, is what we call it, there's a lot of reverb and echoing going on. And if it's very dry, you can hear like the T's and everything is so sharp. And I would say I typically go for the more dry sound. I think it sounds real, and I think it's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's an interesting way of like looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm way more of like a visual person. That's why I'm all about like film and books and all that. Like I need to see it to like understand it and absorb it or create it. So I always love talking to musicians who like are way better with the auditory forms of communication and art. It's crazy.
They always sound better on the mics too, because they know how to use it better than everyone else. It's crazy. Like Shay Mooney was just like in it. Yeah. Perfect.
So you moved to LA, and I remember discussing with you earlier, you mentioned you were in a band for a little bit, correct?
I was in a girl group. There was 6 of us. It was a lot of fun, a lot of great experience. taught me a lot about myself as a musician. I always say you learn way more about yourself when you work with others, weirdly. That's what I've come to find.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for me, it was like team sports and being on set of a film or a show, that kind of collaborative effort. But were you able to create the same way with like creative control and like creative output as you are now being solo? How do you kind of compare those?
Well, there were 6 of us girls, and we had 2 writers, we had 2 producers and an interim manager. It was a big team. So expectedly so, you don't have a lot of creative control. It's hard to find something that resonates with everybody in the room. So we ended up writing about things that were a little bit more pop and of the rap type of genre. It was a great experience, but yeah, I think it lacked a little bit of emotion, which is fine, which is totally fine. But for me now, it's really cathartic to be able to tell people how I feel and to, if I've gone through something great or gone through something hard, I can, share it with people and embrace people, and it feels a little bit more rewarding, I have to say.
So was it more like music by committee type of thing versus just pure self-expression? Is that kind of...
Yeah, I will say when we were writing things conceptually, we really would put our heads together and come up with a really great concept, and that was the most fun part of the whole process. So that was a great way to express in some way, but it kind of did stop there. And then when it came to, for example, fashion, how we wanted to physically express ourselves, we did still need to be cohesive, so it didn't allow a lot of room for... to be kind of individuals,
right?
What was the name of the group?
We actually didn't settle on a name.
Oh, you didn't?
That's actually always the hardest part, because
It is.
think about band names. They're so random, and we wanted it to be so profound, so we never really got to that step.
How did you guys all find each other then?
Actually, they were just girlfriends of mine, and they were kind of in this band, and it was all very under wraps, and they wanted another singer, and asked me to join, and I was so excited about it. And again, it was so much fun, and I still love each and every one of them to this day. So much respect for all of them. But yeah, we unfortunately did part ways, and I decided to be an independent artist.
Have you ever had any kind of moments in the music journey that have been discouraging, where you felt like maybe this isn't what you want to do?
Discouraging, yeah, I have. Every time I've been in a meeting with an A&R person or someone from a label, I think I'm doing okay, and I'm expressing myself and even getting silly, and then it reaches the same old question of, what sets you apart? Why are you so much more special than everybody else? And for years, I would just kind of sit there and kind of hear crickets in my head, and it can be discouraging. And I would think, shoot, in my lifetime, I've met so many talented people, like unfathomable amount of talent. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, they could easily be sitting here with this opportunity. So I've kind of developed a system of attack for when I get asked that question. I try to explain that the industry is so saturated. There's so many talented individuals. Even if someone does feel like they have something that sets them apart, I'm sure there's someone out there doing it too, and that is okay. I think it's so difficult to make it, but I think if you have a strong love for it and you just keep going, you will at least get close to where you want to go if you never give up. And I think the industry will weed out the people that are doing it for the hell of it and leave the people that have a genuine love for it, that just put their head down and just try to get better. And, when I tell them this, it might not be the answer they want to hear, but at least it'll express my work ethic at the very least.
I can actually like really relate to that too. I mean, even like with our podcast too, it's like, what's the goal? What's the long-term goal? Why are you doing it? Right. And one, because we love it. It's interesting. We get a lot of value out of meeting new people like you and all the other guests and like having these interesting conversations, but also like with the long-term goal, it's really just keep doing it, right? If you love it, keep doing it. And like the growth has been, you know, we're lucky to have like steady upward ticking growth, nothing like monumental, but it's going up. And I think it's like just a linear relationship with time, right?
Totally.
Where the more time you put in, and if your passion is showing, like you said, just believe in yourself and keep going.
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, definitely some disheartening moments and things can be discouraging. But yeah, like I think another big discouraging moment was, you know, in the band, we compiled about 9 or 10 songs over the course of a year and a half working together. We had choreography. I mean, everything was so prepped and ready to be released. And, you know, when I like walked away, you know, I had to say goodbye to all of that work and the songs that I love and had some small part in making. And, you know, the rude awakening of, okay, crap, now I'm on my own. Now I have to learn how to be great at writing and how to produce and I have to now build a studio in my own home and have it, you know.
We can help with that. We can help with that. We'll definitely,
talk.
Yeah.
That's one of my friends, now Will's friend, Maddie Noyes is an artist as well. And
wow. I love her.
Oh, you do?
She's amazing.
She's
I'm starstruck that you know her.
Yeah, she's amazing. We just had her on the podcast, but she was saying the same kind of thing where you kind of have to wear all the hats now. You know, you have to be able to do way more than just go out and be a singer. And I think it's the same because it's such a competitive industry and the way it's kind of changed over time, even with streaming. It's the same thing with acting and film and TV as well. You kind of have to learn how to do everything. You know, if you want to go create a show, it's not just like, oh, I'm going to be the star of the show. It's here's the concept, here's the idea. We've got funding, we've got locations, we've got the team. You got to keep building and building and building. And actually, the more hats you wear, I feel now more than ever, the more, you know, ability to have success you're going to have. And it's one of those things where it's not the first time we've heard that, you know, and also that we're seeing it in our own lives and what we want to create as well. So it's a different time, but that mindset of, you know, never giving up is the most crucial one. That's kind of, when you said that, I've been in meetings like that with these agencies and I've sat there and I was new in the industry and sometimes I don't even think I acted before I had some of these meetings and I was like, this is what I want to do. But like, it's hard for me to say because I haven't ever done it, you know, or if I did start doing it, they'd ask me that, like, where do you see yourself? And I would give them this grand big picture vision. And it's like, this kid's out of his damn mind. Like, you can't compare yourself to The Rock and Mark Wahlberg and all these other people. And I'm like, but it's their work ethic. Like, I'll never quit. I'll never stop, you know?
Yeah.
When I was 15, I put this quote on my ceiling because I remember learning that, you know, your subconscious is most active right before you fall asleep and right when you wake up. So I wanted to imprint different quotes, different things in my mind. And the first one was very simple, but it was just a quitter never wins and a winner never quits. And I literally can see it across like 16 giant sheets of paper written in red ink, you know, that I woke up to every day. And it just stuck in my head of like, that's the difference. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to let anyone outwork me and I'm never going to stop. So once eventually something's going to break, someone's going to give and I'm going to find my way. But that's really good advice to give people, I think. And if someone's going to ask me that question, I think that would be my response as well. Like, yeah, I mean, you can go find another jacked long hair guy to maybe play Kane or something, but he's not going to outwork me.
There was only one Kane.
Okay, well, Kane's a bad example because I am Kane.
Whoa.
Okay, listen. That was in just
new territory.
Okay.
It's like an interesting and good segue too of like, now is the best time to be an independent anything. And it's 100% with YouTube and social media and TikTok. Like, not only can you market yourself, but you can create in all these different areas. And for example, you have like, even in comic books, you have Eric July in the Ripperverse. He's raised like, I think it's like $5 million now for 2 comic books, crowdfunding on his own website. And he grew a following on YouTube and then boom, he did it. and it's inspiring and it's really cool. And like, my question to you would be, how do you use social media to market yourself and create? Like, do you do a lot of videos on there? Are you kind of, what's your advice for people and your personal preference with it?
Absolutely. So I'm actually prepping to release my first single this year and building my first EP called Lovers Are Doomed. Making music, kind of like how you're saying, you have to wear a lot of hats. There's stages. There's like the writing stage, the creating stage, and then there's this new stage where it's kind of what you said. Now I have to learn how to promote and figure out algorithms and things of that nature, and it's interesting to navigate.
I think for me, social media was something that helped open up a lot of doors that got me my first opportunity in acting with Tyler Perry. You know, he put this movie together with a bunch of influencers at the time, and a lot of actors as well, but they're influencers, and he used that as a platform to further market his movie on it. And it was, number one in the box office 3 weeks in a row. So whatever he figured out at the time, it made perfect sense. And a lot of people have used that in different ways in different films and stuff like that. But it was one of those things like, social media was a great tool to reach more people if you have the ability or the wherewithal and to create content on that level. It doesn't come easy to everyone. Even me now, I'm like, the scope of what creating content means now is so different than it was, 5-10 years ago even. But it's definitely a useful tool if you can monetize it and use it to reach more people. If you can be an independent artist and get your music out to a lot more people, and that helps build you, and you get more leverage when you get into those rooms with these labels and publishing houses and whatever it may be. But it's a tricky thing to navigate, because I feel like there's a lot of limitations, but there's also unlimited amount of possibilities with it, right? But it's just a matter of how you want to navigate and if you enjoy doing it or not, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I definitely agree. I think building any sort of fan base is great for anything you want to do, any company you want to start. And I think social media is obviously key part in that. Yeah.
Kardashian's a great example of having a massive fan base turning to massive success.
Absolutely.
Right?
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
Music videos. Do you have any interest in music videos or plans to do any?
Absolutely. I do plan on directing them myself. I would love to have a co-director because, of course, what do I know? But when I am writing a song, I definitely see images in my head, and if I start writing a song and I don't, I scrap it, because I'm like, well, if it's not inspiring me, it's not going to inspire anybody else.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's it. Like, that's what is the vision.
Absolutely.
You see it.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
It'll be like very tiny little like clips of the wackiest things. And actually, sometimes I have had clips in images in my head. I feel like I sound crazy. I hear voices and I see things that aren't there.
That's how it works.
But yeah. I saw like this image in my head, and that actually inspired a song. So sometimes I even work backwards. So yeah, music videos fascinate me. I adore them. I love film and in all of its form. I hope to be as hands-on with that as I can.
Hell yeah.
Lean into that, because I think the biggest thing with directing is just knowing what you want. When you go in and you know what you want, and then you're able to communicate that to a group of people and have them capture that, that is directing.
I'm ready to have you guys come and boss them around, because I'm going to be like, oh, you want to do that? It's okay. You're 3 hours late. It's okay. That's fine.
No, that doesn't fly on our sets.
Nope.
Yeah. We already gave you one warning. You're not going to get another for being late. Just kidding.
No, yeah, that's like literally that's what a film set is everyone there to support one unified vision.
Yeah. Actually, with just some small like singing videos I've done, I did have some friends there, and it made the world of a difference. Just having people there to support you, feeling like you have a team of, just to help in any way they can, give you advice. And Sophie, it looks really cool from over here. Like maybe try that, or Sophie, you're a little pitchy right there. I'm like, yes, give it to me, please. It makes it the most enjoyable experience to share that with people you love and love you.
The beauty of collaboration.
The
right?
beauty of collaboration.
Hell
It is
yeah.
beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at us.
We're collaborating.
Right here, right now.
Yeah.
Do you have any like writers get writer's block, right? Do you ever get anything like that when it comes to creating music? Or are you just flowing?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, sometimes the flow comes to a screeching halt. Yeah, I get writer's block all the time, even concept-wise. I'm like, oh God, everything's stupid. And people don't talk about it, but, great people can make bad stuff, and it's okay. It's totally fine. When I do get writer's block, there's like a few people in my life that particularly inspire me. They're very unique people. And I'll just kind of go hang out with them, just go adventure and see if anything sparks an idea. Like, it could be like, oh, I like this guy who lives in the valley. And, I remember we were going to go hang out one day. And it was super cloudy where I lived, super cloudy. And he was like, well, it's sunny over here. And just him saying that, I thought like, oh, it'd be really cool to write a song, like maybe talking about how it's always sunny in the valley, even when it's smoggy and cloudy in the city. And maybe that's because of you. Maybe it's because you're there. Maybe it's sunny in the valley because of you. And I wrote a whole song about it. And gosh, if he hears this, he's going to get the biggest ego boost in the world. But nevertheless.
No, that's...
You better listen to this. Like, what is
Yeah, and like creativity.
Like, thank you for the song. It's great.
Right.
I'm done now.
It definitely comes in all forms and at all times, for sure. That's really cool hearing that, because it's a great concept. Have there been any other moments like that?
Lots.
Oh, okay. Do you mind sharing a few others? Because I think that's like a cool concept of like taking real life shit and making it into a track.
Yeah, I'm actually working on a song. I just started writing a song like a week ago. In the 50s, have you seen like those old-fashioned ads for kitchen appliances, for example? And across the front, they say things like, incredibly easy to use, like new toaster. I was in like this antique store. I saw a bunch of signs like that, old products. I'm writing a song right now called Easy to Use. And I'm kind of writing it as if I'm like an appliance, like a one-time use appliance, and I get used once and then I get disregarded. And sometimes that's how I feel in life with men. And I'm sure, and I know many men feel the same way with women, that they're only good for one thing and then they get disregarded.
That's actually like super deep and interesting on a lot of different levels. Are you going to do like a black and white video with like the 50s style hair and all that?
I actually didn't even think about it to make it black and white. It's a great thought. But I mean, I would definitely want to go full throttle with all that crap. Just all of it. 50s and 60s and but yeah, black and white. That's really interesting.
Oh, yeah. Producer
God,
over
you're
here.
so
Come
good
on.
at what you do, damn it.
Producer over here.
Can I curse?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
But yeah, it's kind of like some of those other ideas we were talking about, right? Those like themed, kind of capturing a moment in time, or like you said, a product or a thing or a moment. Yeah, interesting.
Also, it sounds like if you ever need bodyguards, you're good. We'll set you up.
Yeah.
Oh, my prayers have been answered.
No, there's
white knighting.
Yeah, there's a lot of working towards or being in the public eye. There's a lot of criticism or negativity or comments and all kinds from in person to online. How do you handle that, or have you dealt with that in any way?
Yeah, I think everyone has with social media. I'm sure a lot of people have gotten hate for things and maybe don't like what you like. And with singing, it can be hard because you're letting someone into a really vulnerable place to your thoughts, your feelings, your experiences, your voice, and your likeness, your face, what you enjoy. When someone doesn't like it, it can hurt, of course. But I don't know. I guess you just have to be okay with that, and then just hope that maybe they'll like something else. Or, yeah, you really have to just not, it's hard to say not let it get to you, but there really is the best advice is just be okay with it, accept it, move on.
Yeah, I mean, there's billions of people in the world, and you can't make everyone happy. So
no, you can't. But
hey.
maybe you made one. If I made 10 people pissed off and they hate it, but one person, they could listen to it on repeat, and they're going through a breakup, and it's giving them some sort of comfort. I mean, that's fine with me.
This might sound kind of cheesy, but I think one of the most important things in that realm is making yourself happy. Does it bring you joy? Doing it for you in a way. And then when it reaches other people, it doesn't matter if they like it or not. Like, I mean, I've been doing social media for a little while, and I've heard every name, and I've seen everything you can see pretty much on the internet that someone could direct at you negatively. And it really just taught me more about myself in the sense of people are showing up where they're at, and they're doing the best they can with what they know. So if they're in a place that they're spreading negativity or hating on you or this, like, it just means they're not happy. For whatever reason they're not happy, it gives me the opportunity to have empathy for them in the sense that, I feel for them and I wish them to heal and grow, and it has nothing to do with me. If you're going to take things out on me, it has nothing to do with me. I'm not doing anything directly to anybody, right? So
absolutely,
just show up and love yourself and kind of keep rocking.
Buddha said, holding on to anger is like swallowing poison and expecting somebody else to get sick, right? So like, that's how I feel about that when we talk about this. It's like the people that take time out of their day to like just totally be very, very negative. I'm not talking about like a normal comment that's like not super positive, like the really bad ones, right? Like they're the ones that are holding on to that poison in their soul and projecting it onto whoever they're typing it to. So like 100%. What else can you do besides just like...
That is so true. I feel like usually if someone's like, oh, you know what? You're so lazy. I feel like you always will nitpick things in other people. If there's something in you or you that I don't like, that means I probably don't like that about myself. Like if I'm coming at you guys, I hate that you guys are so lazy. I'm sure whenever I'm lazy, I feel horrible about myself. That's why I think the most confident people don't spread much hate. I think it really does stem from a place of insecurity.
With everything going on, it sounds like you're wearing a lot of hats. You got big dreams, right? How do you stay motivated?
How do I stay motivated? It's a good question. I look at people that are where I want to be, and I just remind myself that I can get there if I just push a little harder, keep going. Because it's true for everybody. Anybody can do anything. It's funny. I hear so many people so often say things like, I wish I could sing. I wish I could make music. And it's a skill that you can learn. I have experienced some, very young children have this amazing God-given talent. But, you can learn how to do anything you want. We have all the time in the world. So
yeah, I had a friend in high school who she wanted to be a singer very bad. And she was, no offense, really bad. But she hired a coach, vocal coach. She put in the work, she put in the time. And quickly it changed, but after a couple years, her voice was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yes. And I want people to remember that, It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's like it's a muscle you got to work out, and you got to find your voice. And some people innately already have that, right? But if you keep working at it, you can get good. And that was one of those things for me where I was like, all right, if I saw her go from that to that, then I know if I ever want to go that route, I can do it too,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Stevie Ray Vaughan would steal his older brother's guitar and practice in his closet for hours and hours on end, like in the dark. And every single time his brother would come home and beat him up, but he like didn't care, and he did that over and over and over again, and then he became Stevie Ray Vaughan, you know. And it's like, if you have the passion, just keep going. That's the message, right? Like, you can fucking do it. And like, we'd say that a lot on this, but it's like, it's repetition is good. Like, you want people to hear it over and over again because it's fucking true.
Yeah. Also,
sorry for
what a dick of an older brother, huh?
Yeah. Go ahead. Totally.
Like, if I did that to my little brother, I'd be like, what's wrong with me?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there family members, you mentioned your mother, that really push you to follow this dream?
Yeah. You know, both my parents are amazing. They're both really artistic people. They cook and they paint, and just all across the board. Yeah, they're both insanely supportive. So I studied architecture, and I have a huge love for interior design, and that was going to be my career path until I had like a big fork in the road, and I chose to pursue music first. And then they were so supportive every step of the way. Me moving out here when I was freshly 17 on my own. You know, they were nothing but just, you got this, you can do it. And yeah, my mom was my rock. She was a singer as well. So I think she's, she's, you know, she's thrilled every step of the way right there with me, which is amazing.
Well, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
What about you guys? Are you? I'm sure your parents are very proud.
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting topic, for sure. You're like, I think the main thing has always been, if I was gonna like sum it up, because I'm kind of the black sheep in my family. My older brother, yeah, like a little bit. Like, my older brother has always kind of been involved in our family business, our real estate and tequila and all that. But I've always done my own thing and went to film school. But I've like, when I was 7 years old, I was like editing family vacations on iMovie, and like editing highlight reels of my team and myself playing lacrosse and like scoring goals. Like, I've always done it. So they've been like, okay, as long as you're fucking serious about this shit and like actually love it, then go for it, right? Mm-hmm. And then, produced first film at age 27, 28, and never looked back. But yeah, bottom line, like, we actually touched on this a little bit earlier too, but just the amount of gratitude I have towards my parents is immeasurable. Like, I can't even define it or put it in words, and like, I couldn't imagine not having that as a force in my life, for sure. I think I'd be a totally different person if I'd even be here at all. But yeah, damn.
No, it's kind of, I mean, I have, my mom is extremely proud, and she's seen, I think, you know, we come from, we were low income family. And dreams kind of just seemed impossible, you know. And my mom was cleaning houses my entire life. And she was a single mother of 5 kids. And I saw her struggles there. And I was always trying to figure out, you know, I always had this dream. But it always was impossible. Every dream we ever had. And it was always shut down, you know. So I started thinking, you know, I went to college briefly. They wanted me to play football. Just because I was big and athletic, and I didn't grow up playing football. I grew up on a surfboard and a skateboard, and, you know, painting and, you know, drawing and just doing everything, like creating stories with my brothers and sisters and filming them and stuff. I just always loved art in every sense of the word. And when I said I was going to go do these things, you know, I think I was looked at like I was crazy, because it's just impossible, right? Nobody goes and really does that. And I just didn't give up on it. And I think me pursuing it and my persistency with it really shifted her mindset with it. And then when she started to see things happen, she became, you know, my biggest fan, and one of my biggest supports, for sure. And I have no relationship with my dad except for my, you know, kind of ideology on life is just to be the exact opposite of who he was. And if I can do that, then I'll be a pretty damn good human. So for me, I just think never limit yourself. And like you said, anything's possible, and we can go out and chase our dreams and really make anything happen. It's just a matter of what you're willing to do. There's going to be a lot of sacrifice. There's going to be a lot of hours put in. It's scary, and there's no real path to get there. It's when it comes to, I feel, these really creative professions, but anything's possible. And that was one of the things that I wanted to prove to myself, prove to my family, and hopefully show that to other people. It's like I want to be able to be in a position to hire dreamers and let their dreams come true, and I'm going to be working towards that for the rest of my life. And some of my greatest mentors are people that are doing that, and I've seen the path on how to get there, and there's no better feeling, It's when you're told everything's impossible and then you take a chance and then it starts to work out. It's pretty nice.
When you start to get that good snowball effect.
Yeah. You just got to show up.
Damn, dude. Some good shit.
Why are we getting so deep today?
I know.
Sophie.
It's like a wave of emotion.
I'm just yanking it out of you.
Yeah.
This is all inspiration for me.
Yeah, she's going to go write a song, Studio 22.
Yeah.
Studio 22.
If you could, and there's no limit to this, they could be alive, they could be dead, they could be an alien, doesn't matter what it is.
Okay.
What is your dream collaboration?
With Phineas.
Phineas.
Yeah, because the way he...
Billie Eilish's brother.
Yeah, or Rick Rubin. He is one of the world's greatest producers ever.
Yeah.
I mean, he's worked with Eminem. I mean, I can't even start to list. It's everybody.
Yeah.
Phineas is amazing because he is like the perfect example of the industry. Everything was from their bedroom. That is about as 2023 as it gets, you guys. So, he's amazing. I would love to work with him. And Rick Rubin has been just notorious for bringing out the best in people. So, gosh, yeah, that would be a dream to work alongside a genius like that.
Those are two great ones.
Yeah.
Put it out there and you will.
Ricky Pooh, Phineas, if you're listening.
Well, Bruce,
please call me.
Bruce, who we just mentioned, said he was with Rick Rubin, right? And you mentioned getting him on the podcast. So
yeah, we'll have to have you back if
be
we
a
do.
PA that day.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll
I'll
work
just
on that though.
happen to show up with a basket of cookies. Hey.
Oh my
gosh.
God. I thought you meant today. I'm like, where are they?
That's what Bruce did. He showed up with a bag of treats.
Dude, yeah.
Oh, I was going to bring you guys jam. Damn it.
I love jam.
I'm starting a jam company, and I was going to bring you guys jam. Oh, I packaged it all cute and everything.
I know names are tough, but did you come up with a name for it?
No, damn it. But you know what? I've been using AI to brainstorm.
Really?
Oh, no.
Is it helping?
Yeah.
For the name of a company though, for her jam company.
No, I know. I'm good.
Do you guys have any ideas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jam it up.
Hit me.
That's my
Jam
jam.
it up.
No, that's terrible.
My jam.
That's my jam.
I'm also a musician, so I feel
Jamming
that
with
makes
Sophie.
it particularly cringy.
No.
I mean, what are some big jam companies?
Have you seen The Office? Do you watch The Office?
Yeah, of course.
Do you remember Toby's brother who talks to Michael and he's like, my shelves are overflowing with preservatives? Have you seen that one?
No,
it's
I
a very,
need
very
to
deep
now.
track. It's a very
Okay.
I'll send you the
delve
clip.
into it.
One of the Michael's like forced to talk with Toby's brother, who's like worse than Toby.
Arch
Oh my
nemesis.
gosh.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, jam names.
You're gonna
Jam
get
names.
the longer you're around Will, you're gonna get a lot of Office references.
It's
Okay.
It comes
a blessing
standard.
and a curse.
Great.
Yeah, more of a blessing than anything.
I think I'm trying to think of the ones AI gave me last night. Actually,
Jam names.
oh, one was. Oh God, I don't know if I can do it. It was ripe and ready.
Oh my god.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my God.
I mean, that does describe.
Or maybe
jam.
something with the word damn, like damn jam or best damn jam or something of the sort.
Let's see. Give me 2 seconds.
Are you looking up some now? Oh gosh.
Jamboree Delights. Fruitful Harvest.
Fruit. Wait. Fruitful harvest.
Preserving perfection? No. Delightful dollop?
Okay.
These are bad.
That's
Yes,
okay.
they are.
Hit me with them.
Harvest Haven jams? Sweet spoonfuls? Tree to table jam? Vibrant Valley spread?
It's not getting better.
Sweetened seasons? Jam blossom boutiques?
Yep.
Drip drop delights?
This honestly though is a part of creating, and sometimes it takes 1,000 bad ones to get to
Yeah.
a good one, or sparks the idea for people.
Thomas Edison, bro.
Turning on the water faucet, waiting
Yeah,
for clear
yeah.
water to come out.
Yeah,
We have
it's-
yet to see clear water.
This is some dark water.
This is murky.
We're in, I can't see.
Don't blame me. Let's see.
I don't know what system you're using, but it's not good.
My brain. My AI brain.
Yeah, maybe these are all his ideas, but he was too nervous.
No,
Yeah,
my
So he's
ideas
like,
are
low-key
good.
new.
AI.
He wants to get involved in the jam business.
I have the music video ones are good. I have the music video ideas are good. Way
They're
better than the
great.
jam ideas.
Before
Well.
we go any further with these jam names,
Yes.
what made you want to start a jam company?
So my dad is kind of a chef, and I'm also Persian, and there's this rose jam syrup that we make. A lot of Persian households will recognize it. It's basically where you steep rose petals for a really long time, and you make some secret ingredients in there. And I don't know. I've always made like a strawberry jam and things like that, and I just had the idea to maybe combine the two, and like some flavors that I have right now. One is a strawberry rose jam, and it is from like real rose petals and all that fancy stuff. And then the other one is orange blossom apricot.
Hell
And
yeah.
those are the top two that I've finalized as of now. And yeah, so it's so fun. And I mean, I don't know, I really just want to stand at a farmer's market with pigtails and be like, buy my jam.
That would work.
You know, how fun.
The Montana, they have fresh huckleberry, and huckleberries are like some of the best berries in the world, and the jam is like fucking incredible. That
Great.
explore a little
Well,
huckleberry.
I'm going to give them a run for their money.
Yeah, yeah, it's like for sure. Check it out.
Okay, huckleberry in Montana.
It's so good.
Mental note.
If I was going to do that one, I would just do, I'll be your huckleberry jam. That'd be mine.
That'd be yours.
Yeah.
I'll be your huckleberry.
This is very helpful, you guys. I'm going to keep all this in mind. Sweet spoon.
We look forward to seeing you at the farmer's market
Great.
with a great
you
name.
know where I'll be.
Yeah.
By the way, that's another viral video idea. Is like you do farmer type outfit with
My whole wardrobe.
or like Daisy Dukes,
I had to go
right?
out and buy this because I didn't want to scare you guys with my overalls and cowgirl boots.
There you go. Right, we go
That
to
would've been
Stagecoach
awesome, though.
every year. We love it. No, the
I found my tribe.
yeah, and then it's like a pick a song, but like farmer outfit.
Yeah, when
Song,
I
Daisy
told you I
Dukes.
got into country, I got heavy into country. I got like 9 hats, and I'm like, I want to live on. I'm gonna have a
I
farm.
have a
I'm
gonna
secret
have fun.
side to you. I can feel it.
I ran into
Probably
Shay.
a couple. You ran into Shay?
I ran into Shay backstage at the concert.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Mooney,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Wow,
I was
that's
like,
awesome.
fuck
We
yeah.
gotta hang with him. I love that guy.
Yeah.
Um,
I forgot to tell you. He said hi.
yeah, thanks.
On me.
bro.
I love you, Shay. It's good to
Shay,
see
you're the
you.
man. Thanks for saying hi. I'm just finding out now.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that's awesome. I
we'll
want
work
to see
on
that
the
happen.
jam names.
Yeah. We'll be jamming.
We'll be jamming.
We'll
LA
be
has
jamming.
like the best farmers markets too.
They do. Which one do you guys go to?
I do the like the Santa Monica and Venice one's good. Obviously, like the Grove is like the easiest, but I like going west.
Rookies.
Yeah. No, that's like almost like a grocery store you go if you just like need something close. But like my favorite one is Santa Monica. Or Venice or Santa Monica. It's like right where,
There's
Yeah.
Santa
I hear you.
Monica.
I'm with you.
I lived in the Valley for almost 5 years, and I used to go probably twice a month. Saturday morning, you wake up like 7, 8 o'clock, and Calabasas has a really good one. Yeah.
I go every Sunday. I switch off between the Beverly Hills Farmers Market and the Brentwood Farmers Market. The Brentwood Farmers Market, you guys, oh my God, run, don't walk. Yeah, I go every Sunday. Even when I don't even need anything, it's still like a good God, living in LA, we're all like desperate for some sort of routine, kind of, especially if I'm like literally in my house writing for like 2 weeks straight. At least I'll leave the house twice,
What did I buy at the farmer's market last time?
Jam.
Thank you.
And honey.
Thank you.
Well, I got a bone to pick.
Well, we got a new jam supplier.
Yeah, that's me.
Hell yeah.
Do you do? Do
That's what
you
I'll
have
do when
sizes, or
Ruben
do you have
comes.
like a?
I have one set size.
Perfect.
We're starting small. Yeah, no, definitely.
Well, you're starting.
I'm gonna bring you guys jam when you happen to have Rick Rubin on.
Okay, well, then we need to get Rick.
Yeah.
So where can people find you? You have your Instagram, I know.
Mm-hmm. I am on Spotify, although I don't have any originals released yet. That's kind of the big project of this year, which no one tells you how hard it is to actually release something and how long it takes.
Right.
I've been getting so impatient, but soon enough.
Okay.
Soon enough.
I'm looking you up right now.
We'll put her username and link in the caption, in the description, but it's Sophie Saint.
Followed.
SOPHIE.
You've been followed.
Saint. S-A-N-T.
Just kidding.
S-A-N-T.
On Spotify. I want to be very clear about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, amazing.
And then you got what can we look forward to? You got
When is your EP coming out?
Yes.
I can't tell you.
Okay.
Oh, secrets.
Secrets.
But it is coming out, so
It's
follow
coming.
her and find out.
Okay. Hell yeah. Then we'll see you at the farmer's market.
I'll see you at the farmer's market.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's all go. We'll get all the jam we see, and then we'll do like a taste test. We'll scope out the competition.
Or
Market
we'll
research.
go and I will just fall into every table of jam, and then there'll be no competition. I'll be covered.
That works
This is
too.
And I'll have a
fabulous idea.
I'll have a huge bill, but I would
No,
do
you
that.
just run.
Just run.
You just
Works.
you're like the Flash.
Yeah.
You're gone.
That I do have that skill set.
Your face is going to
No
be
one-
on like wanted
I know.
signs all over.
I can't
Beverly
hide anywhere
Hills.
either, so it's like the worst. That's how I knew I couldn't be a criminal. I was like, I literally will not be able to hide.
No.
Yeah.
Oh God,
You're caught.
I'm gonna get you in trouble.
Well, worth it for a good cause.
We'll film it. It'll go viral. We'll make the money back.
Great.
I'll be hated around the world on top of that. Great. Love it.
Perfect.
All right.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. Gosh, I just want to give you guys big bear hugs, but this will do.
Thank you for watching Studio 22.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
And follow our socials at Studio 22 Podcast.